Now, there is something called the period of the graph. The period of the graph is 2 pi over b. When they ask for what it is, it's 2 pi over b. B is the key thing here. So, where would you find it? It would be y equals cosine bx. So the b is before the x inside of the parentheses, or y equals sine bx. What it does is, it tells you how long one cycle is. And what do you do to the graph? You multiply the bottom numbers by 1 over b. That is important that it is 1 over b and not b. Just remember, like from the horizontal shift, vertical shifts, that kind of stuff, all the vertical stuff was outside of the parentheses, all the horizontal stuff is inside of the parentheses. This is the same idea. Okay? So, let's say we have y equals sine of 2x. Here's a box. Or why don't we do cosine instead, since we did sine in the last example. So cosine starts at the top, goes down. 0, 1, negative 1, 0. This is pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi. So, we multiply the numbers on the bottom of the box by 1 over b. In this case, b is 2. So we're multiplying everything by 1/2. So 0 multiplied by 1/2 is going to be 0. This is the bottom numbers because I have no room there. So the bottom numbers would be 0. Pi over 2 times 1/2 is what?
1.
Pi over 4. Because it's going to be pi over 2 times 1/2. So it'd be pi over 4.
You just ignore the pi and just multiply.
Yes. Pi multiplied by 1/2 is what? Pi over 2. Because pi multiplied by 1/2 times 1/2 would be pi over 2. 3 pi over 2 multiplied by 1/2 is going to be 3 pi over what? 4. 3 pi over 2 multiplied by 1/2 is 3 pi over 4. And the last one, 2 pi multiplied by 1/2 gives you what? What does it give you, guys? 2 pi times 1/2. What happens to the 2's?
Why do you multiply by 1/2?
They cancel. Because if you were to solve for x, the whole thing is if you were to solve for x here, set that equal to 0 and solve for x, you'd end up dividing.
Okay, so
because you end up dividing by b.
whatever b is just
1 over b, yeah.
For
So,
sure.
what does this look like? Okay, on the graph, it looks like this. This is still 1 and negative 1.
Oh, we go.
Now, instead of pi over 2, this is going to be pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and pi. In the same shape. The period, if they ask you what the period is, again, is 2 pi over b. We take 2 pi and you divide it by b, which was 2. That cancels and you get pi. How long does it take for one complete cycle from here to here? It takes pi. You go from 0 to pi.
So on the graph, can we just instead of writing like